The views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily the views of ECTV News, the City of East Chicago, nor this broadcast station or website. ECTV airs public meetings as a service to the community it serves. Speakers at public meetings, broadcast, or posted by ECTV News are solely responsible for their comments. ECTV News reserves the right to edit or remove any profanity or abusive language or behavior deemed inappropriate for our viewing audience. If you have any comments or suggestions about this program, contact ECTV News at 219-391-8206.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk Santos, roll call for attendance, please.
Maldonado.
Present.
Francisci.
Present.
Walker.
Present.
Vasquez. Garcia.
Present.
Orange.
Present.
Medina.
Present.
Monroe. Parks.
Present. Let the record reflect that Councilman Monroe did have surgery, so he will not be in attendance. And also, let me take this opportunity to welcome our newest council member, Councilwoman Brenda Walker.
I'll second that motion.
With that, the chair will now accept the motion to approve the meeting minutes for the special meeting held Monday, May 16, 2016.
So moved, Mr. President.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Garcia, second by Councilwoman Maldonado. Any questions on the motion? Clerk Santos, roll call, please.
Maldonado.
Yes.
Francisci.
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
Garcia.
Yes.
Orange.
Yes.
Medina.
Yes.
Parks.
Yes. Just in case council members were wondering about our minutes from the last regular meeting, they weren't complete and they will be on the next agenda. Clerk Santos, any communications from the mayor?
No, Mr. President.
Any communications from the department heads?
Yes. Accounts payable warrant 061316CC.
So moved, Mr. President.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Francisci, second by Councilwoman Maldonado to approve accounts payable warrant 061316CC. Any questions on the motion? Clerk Santos, roll call, please.
Maldonado.
Yes.
Francisci.
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
Garcia.
No.
Orange.
Yes.
Medina.
Yes.
Parks.
Yes. Motion passes.
Accounts payable warrant 061316CB.
So moved.
Second. Motion made by Councilwoman Orange, second by Councilman Francisci to approve accounts payable warrant 061316CB. Any questions on the motion? Clerk Santos, roll call, please.
Maldonado.
Yes.
Francisci.
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
Garcia.
No.
Orange.
Yes.
Medina.
Yes.
Parks.
Yes. Motion passes.
Accounts payable warrant 061316BD.
So moved, Mr. President.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Francisci, second by Councilwoman Orange to approve accounts payable warrant 061316BD. Any questions on the motion? Clerk Santos, roll call, please.
Maldonado.
Yes.
Francisci.
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
Garcia.
No.
Orange.
Yes.
Medina.
Yes.
Parks.
Yes, motion passes.
Accounts payable warrant 062016CC.
made by Councilman Franceschi, second by Councilwoman Maldonado to approve accounts payable warrant 062016CC. Any questions on the motion? Clerk Santos, roll call, please.
Maldonado,
Yes.
Franciski,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Garcia,
No.
Orange,
Yes.
Medina,
No.
Parks.
Yes, motion passes.
Accounts payable warrant 063016BD.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Councilwoman Orange, second by Councilman Franceschi to approve accounts payable warrant 063016BD. Any questions on the motion? Clerk Santos, roll call, please.
Maldonado,
Yes.
Franciski,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Garcia,
No.
Orange,
Yes.
Medina,
No.
Parks.
Yes, motion passes.
Payroll warrant bi-weekly 060316.
So moved, Mr. President.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Garcia, second by Councilwoman Maldonado to approve payroll warrant bi-weekly 060316. Any questions on the motion? Clerk Santos, roll call, please.
Maldonado,
Yes.
Franciski,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Garcia,
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Parks.
Yes, motion passes.
Payroll warrant bi-weekly 052016.
So moved, Mr. President.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Garcia, second by Councilwoman Maldonado to approve payroll warrant bi-weekly 052016. Any questions on the motion? Clerk Santos, roll call, please.
Maldonado,
Yes.
Franciski,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Garcia,
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Parks.
Yes, motion passes. Don't have any committee reports. Board reports will be due next meeting. Clerk Santos, the ordinance is on first reading.
Yes, Mr. President. Ordinance 16-003, sponsor Mayor Anthony Copeland, an additional appropriation ordinance.
So moved on first and second reading.
Second. Motion made by Councilwoman Orange, second by Councilman Franceschi to hear ordinance 16-0003 on first and second reading. Any questions on the motion? Councilman Garcia?
Yeah, if I can have Steve, just tell us why the two ordinances on this. I know we briefly tried to, well, not him, but his partner tried to explain it last time.
And Carl sure wishes he could be here tonight to see our review. Steve Dalton, Senator Company, your financial advisor, or one of the two of us. I think that what Carl attempted to explain was that the bond that was issued late last fall for the community centers anticipated using seeded revenues to make the bond payments. To do so, there needed to be some transfer made and additional appropriation to make that payment this year. The January payment was paid already. The July payment needs to be made, and you obviously don't want to skip a bond payment.
Specifically talking about 16-003, it doesn't say nothing about sealing money on that.
Correct. So what's happening here is the dollars are being moved so they can be additionally appropriated out of the bond and interest fund, a fund set up to make the payments going forward. So that's why it's an additional appropriation, because it was not part of the original budget. But the budget that was approved in the fall did not have this amount in it. Because we approved the budget far before that bond was. So there was no budget appropriation for this bond payment, and now there will need to be a budget appropriation to make the bond payment.
So this is just a budget appropriation, and then the next one is
To transfer the funds from CEDA.
Councilman Medina?
When the bond was taken out, did the council establish what fund it was going to be paid out of?
In the bond resolution or ordinance that was passed by the council, it was anticipated that the dollars that would be used would come from seeded.
Anticipated or
Well,
shall or may?
May. You pledge specific dollars when you issue a bond, and were there to ever be a default, those are the dollars that the bond holders could go grab away from you. But you can always use some other source of funds if you want to make a payment. You're not forced to use those dollars.
We're not forced to make a payment out of the fund
No.
specified here.
Correct. That's true. Other questions?
Steve,
Councilwoman Orange?
we can't force the city to go into default.
It would be very difficult to do so. My guess would be that the mayor would make the payment anyway and run the risk of being written up by the State Board of Accounts. He would rather be written up by the State Board of Accounts than suffer the risk of losing our credit rating as a city.
So what is our credit rating now?
You know, I don't know what the credit rating is through S&P. I don't think there's been a rating done in the last couple of years. I would guess an A. But I can't tell you what the last rating was.
Well, it'll be the 14th city in the country to do business. It has to be at least an A.
Right. We're not a B. We're not a jump on status. We're not a double A either. Part of that probably becomes the history of East Chicago as we're cleaning things up over the last 5-6 years. We just haven't had a new rating for a while. I would anticipate improvement in our rating. Mr. President?
I just have one question. I think the part of the problem with some of the matters is where this money is coming from. So down the line, if we decided to, could we do a transfer of funds from gaming to replace the funds coming out of this fund that the money's currently
Yes.
coming from?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I can tell you that gaming, Mr. Garcia asked me this question last week, or asked Carl, I think. Gaming is heavily committed this year, according to the budget that was passed in the fall. So it would be more difficult to do in 16 than going forward into 17 when we're setting up a new budget.
Councilmember Dick?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we as a city council do not make appropriations. We just approve, correct?
Correct.
So that would have to be appropriated or decided upon by the mayor, correct?
Correct, but you could, during the budget process, change the structure of your appropriations.
But ultimately, he has
You could veto it.
the choice. It would be up to him.
Correct.
Okay.
Any other questions on the motion? Clerk Santos, roll call, please.
Maldonado,
Yes.
Franciski,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Garcia,
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Parks.
Yes, motion passes.
Ordinance 16-0004, sponsored Mayor Anthony Copeland, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of East Chicago authorizing the transfers of appropriations within and between various city departments.
So moved on first and second.
Second. Motion made by Councilwoman Orange, second by Councilman Franceschi to hear ordinance 16-0004 on first and second reading. Any questions on the motion? Councilman Garcia?
Yeah, I just wanted to voice my rejection, because I'd rather not use street reconstruction fund to pay this bond. We had enough casino money to pay this, and I have plenty of streets in the 5th District that can repair, and it's not getting done. Can't even get an answer back until today. I had to call the engineering department, but I cannot vote for taking the money out of the street reconstruction fund to pay a bond when we have the casino dollars that, I want to pay that bond. I ain't got no problem paying that bond, but I think it's coming out the wrong fund. It's like the old saying they used to say up here at the council, why you gonna rob Peter to pay Paul? And that's exactly what it is.
Councilmember Dean?
I'd like to echo exactly what Councilman Garcia was saying. I have no problem paying, but I do have a problem with the fund that it's coming out of. I believe that when this council approved taking that bond out, it should have been clearly specified where the funds should be drawn from to repay it. I'm against it coming out of that fund. We do have many, many streets that need repair, and it hasn't been happening.
Councilwoman Orange?
I think let's tell it really like it is. These streets have not been prepared maybe for 30, 40 years. It's just not like under this administration or even the last administration. It's been over time that these streets have not been repaired. And each and every street, I think each council person was given a list of the streets that they'd like to see done in their area. And you guys weren't back on the council then. And so we did give a list to the mayor's office of the streets we need to be done. If we can replace the money to have the streets, the money put back into there, like Steve said, from the gaming. But if we have to move this money just in order for us to pay bond, we need to pay bond. Then you guys can come back and say, hey, let's see, because we don't always know how much we're going to get to the seeded money until the middle of the year, right, Steve? So you don't always know if you're going to have enough money to be, what streets you're going to be able to do, how many roads you're going to be able to prepare. That's why I got all these cities now talking about a wheel tax. And so these streets didn't become in disrepair over the last 5 years. They've been in disrepair for a very long time. And as we sit down in the finance meeting and everything, it takes almost $1 million to do one block. So it's not easy to say, let's get the streets done. You guys still know where money is coming from.
Councilman Garcia?
Yes, I hear you, Councilwoman Orange, but 34th, 35th, and 36th spots of Grant, they just cut that up the last 2 years. So, and this, I don't know if you drove down that street, and I invite you to drive down that street. And nobody should be driving over a street like that. They've been having numerous car repairs in that neighborhood, and
but I think the sewer was there, wasn't it? The sewer, they had to go down and redo
it was the water lines.
And
but I got the floor.
Okay, go ahead.
But that's just been cut up the last couple of years, and there's no way I can vote for this because, you know, here I can't get an answer. Or when is that going to get repaired?
Like I said, 3400 block and 3500 block, those streets, the sewers were bad. And one thing we did learn by having the different meetings we have every month is that when the pavement companies, the ones that do the black top, they only open up at a certain time. So even if you could do it, you can't do it before they open up. And I think they open up June 1st or July 1st, whenever. Now you see all through the state and all through the county where people are doing the repairs. So, you know, I don't know if Councilman Parks told you, but you can call any department head and ask them if there's something different. I know when I was before, you couldn't call anybody and ask for anything. Now you can just call them and ask them. And if you're not getting the answer, I stand with you if you're not getting the answer. But, you know, if they're not bringing them to you, and that's your problem. But like I said, if you call and they never give you an answer, I stand behind you if you're not getting the answers. But I don't know if that's the case.
Well, I sent them a letter. I haven't responded back. Kirk Santos, I know when we sent that letter to the engineering department, they went out that same week, correct? So I know maybe didn't even send me a copy. So I know it's been at least a couple of weeks. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a call to tomorrow to see how come you haven't got an answer, because I mean, we haven't had this problem before, and like I said, and we don't want to start it, but like I said, the quickest way is to pick up the phone and call the engineer and say, hey, when is these streets going to be? I mean, I got streets in my area, Myrna's got streets in her area, and it takes time to get all the streets done, especially when they've been 40 years of not having nothing done to them.
I totally agree, but I like to create a paper trail because I don't want somebody to say, well, he didn't call or he didn't talk to me. I'm not going to go down that road. I want to create a paper trail because then, you know what, I can hold somebody accountable.
Any other questions on the ordinance? All right, Clerk Santos, roll call, please.
Maldonado,
Yes.
Franciski,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Garcia,
No.
Orange,
Yes.
Medina,
No.
Parks.
Yes, motion passes.
Ordinance 16-0005, sponsored by Anthony Copeland, an ordinance adopting uniform internal control standards for the Indiana political subdivision.
So moved, Mr. President.
For the first reading, Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Motion made by Councilman Garcia, second by Councilwoman Maldonado, to hear ordinance 16-0005 on first reading. Any questions on the ordinance? Councilman Garcia.
Yeah, can you add my name to the ordinance, Mr. Santos?
Councilwoman Orange.
Steve?
You don't want the other Steve?
This, that's being done by State Board of Accounts, every city has to adopt this internal control, am I correct?
As a matter of fact, every government unit in the state of Indiana is required to adopt a similar resolution or ordinance suggesting that they have or are abiding by the State Board of Accounts internal control procedures. That they have additional responsibilities downstairs in the controller's office. Anybody who's involved with money or funds or accounting will also have to take additional training in internal controls, and the mayor or the controller will have to certify that every single staff person is taking that training every year. So the State Board of Accounts has really raised the bar tremendously. It's not targeting us. They've raised the bar tremendously across the state. I think they got a little bit weary of writing the same exact comments in every audit that they did around the state about internal controls and cash management and credit cards and travel policies. And so they've asked everybody to write a policy and then certify that they're living up to their own policy. This is the policy that's been put in front of you by the controller.
Any other questions? Clerk Santos, roll call, please.
Maldonado,
Yes.
Franceschi,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Garcia,
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Parks.
Yes, motion passes. Clerk Santos, any ordinances on second reading?
No, Mr. President.
Any ordinances on third reading?
No.
Any resolutions?
No.
With that, we will now move into old business. Any council member with old business? Councilwoman Orange.
You know, I was going to mention to my colleagues that starting in July, we haven't picked a date, but we'll make sure that each, that it's emailed to you, we will be having our finance meetings. And in the past, for the council people that went on in the last 4 years, how we've done the finance meetings, everybody is invited. We do advertise for all the council people to be able to come, because you know, only 5 can come at one time. We haven't had that problem where it was more than 5, but we always make it possible that anybody wants to come to a finance meeting, they can. We go department by department. There's nobody from this mayor's office that can sit in those meetings. We ask each department head to sit in, that we get a clear picture of what's really going on. If there's a problem in there, or if something has happened, they feel more at ease of being able to talk to myself, Steve, and the other council people that sit on the finance committee. And it's worked out really well. And at the end of it, we give a scenario of every department of things that have happened and what the problems seem to be, and what suggestions that we have made to the mayor, because at the end of this finance committee meeting, we make a list of suggestions that we would like to see done as a council. I mean, you know, we can't force the mayor, but these are the things that we'd like to see done as a council after the meeting. So that's how it'll be done, and we'll give you the dates of when it's going to be.
Any other business? Councilwoman Maldonado.
Councilwoman Orange, if I could request that at least 1 or 2 of those meetings be held in the evening as opposed to midday, so I would be able to attend the meeting.
I will see what we can do. We try to schedule them with Kim as far as that, you know, because we either use her office downstairs, or either this office here, so we have to make sure we schedule. But I will try to schedule as many as we can for 4:30 so that anybody that wants to come can do.
Any other old business? We'll now move into new business. Councilman Garcia.
No, you're surprised when you bring up no old business. Clerk Santos, can you please schedule a tax abatement meeting the 17th, this Friday at 11 a.m., please? And that's all, Mr. President.
Any other new business? Councilwoman Maldonado.
President Marks, if I could request a workshop in my schedule that would speak to the capital improvement projects in the city and a timeline, so whether that would be street repairs or building demolitions or update on the centers or what it is that exactly the mayor's thinking of to do in that area. Whatever capital improvement project, then we have a workshop scheduled for that.
Will they do speak early next week? What's your preference?
That's what I was understanding.
Okay.
Whatever you like to say.
All right, we'll do that. Any other new business? Councilwoman Orange.
I was gonna ask, Councilwoman Maldonado, who do you want in attendance of that workshop?
I was hoping the workshop, all of us would be
No,
present.
I'm saying as far as from the city, so that they can make sure they're there.
The city engineer, city controller, economic development director, building department, code enforcement, all of those.
Everybody.
So that's about everybody.
We'll send out the list to everybody.
Thank you.
Any other new business? All right, we'll move into public expression, and I'll remind each speaker that you have 3 minutes. Our first speaker will be Bert Flores.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the council, Mr. Santos, Attorney Bauer. Congratulations, Councilwoman Walker. Thank you very much. Well, actually, for representing the district, and I know you'll represent them accordingly. I'm here also, my name is Bert Flores, I live at 4842 Lagoon Avenue. I'm a lifelong resident, president of the Concerned Citizens of East Chicago. And I'm here because Councilwoman Orange had a finance meeting or workshop about the resident parking stickers. And I believe you all received a packet, and it was a questionnaire. One of the questions was pertaining to asking y'all thought that maybe a citywide sticker should be implemented. As a resident, and I'm sure there's other residents out there that feel, no, please don't support that. We don't need a citywide sticker. We're not big enough for a citywide sticker. But there are ordinances in place that do pertain to residential parking that do need attention. Ordinance section 72101 is exactly the residential and no parking zones. I live by a school, and I know there's other residents here that live by other entities like that, schools and things like that. In a sort of like a rough draft of an ordinance that Councilwoman Orange is introducing to you guys, she asked for the clerk to implement this sticker program by June 15th to introduce something like the cost like that for the stickers. It also says that this is not intended to modify that section. So, but yet it's saying that they want to set it to where no one can park in an area for longer than 8 hours or overnight. Well, that's modifying the ordinance. Our issue is that where we live, and that's the only place that's supposed to have a sticker, because in that ordinance it says that the city clerk's office shall give a sticker to the residents with proof of residency. Doesn't say anything about cost. So that should have been implemented a long time ago. So all we're asking is please think of your constituents. Please go take a look at these areas. This is the only places that really need it. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Candace Guerrero.
Hello. I don't know anything about whatever you guys are talking about, the sticker. But my concern is I live on Griselli, 45 Griselli, across from the Carmelite home. I've lived there for 21 years, and we've always had an issue with parking because everybody that comes in to visit, whether they're just for a few minutes, half hour, whatever it may be, and then on the weekends they have their basketball people come out to, use their facilities. It's a hassle. I've had 5 kids that I've raised there, and from toddlers on, we had to park down the block. Groceries in the winter, try to walk with kids in, car seats and things like that. My kids are older now, but they drive as well. We just got the post or whatever, no parking, it's a residential parking spot, yet we still have people that do park there. It's always been a problem. There's other companies that are building on the side. They're parking on, I understand they're parking at the Carmelite home on the side, so that means all the other people are trying to get wherever they can. It's a hassle, please, just, I like to keep my thing, no, not anybody coming from different areas of East Chicago, and I understand, we're all residents, but if you live in front of this place or schools, it's a hassle because you can't park. I have to move my car and say, okay, my son's car, park in my spot so you have a parking, otherwise you're going around the block to park, especially during the day. It's a real hassle. So to have other people, not just the residents from East Chicago, but you've got the other people that are coming all over the place just to Zoom bus on the thing. We've got people that are, there's a garage place there now. There's a lot of stuff, so there's no parking. So I appreciate that I have this residential parking sign, and I really don't want a couple of my resident neighbors do as well. It's only because we don't have a spot to park. I don't like to park across the street by the Carmelite home because that's for their, the people that are coming. I accept that, but just to have anybody park there, whether it's 15 minutes or a half hour, it's a pain. I'm coming home at 2 in the morning from work. I don't want to have to park someplace else because somebody decides they want to park there because for whatever. It's just a hassle. It really has been. So please, if you will, just keep the residential parking wherever they are. I don't know, the sticker passes, whatever. I don't know. That's my concern is that I don't want to have to be parking around the corner or in the winter or in this, whatever it's raining. I have to keep, down the block. That's my concern. So, sorry, but that's it.
Ron Gibson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening to the council, city clerk, allow me to speak. I'll try to keep it brief here. But this letter I'm about to read, the short letter, is indirectly related to ordinance 16-005 in terms of internal controls. Because of internal controls, you're dealing with employees and them doing their jobs, you're paying folks to do things. And so, and also congratulations to Ms. Walker also. Ms. Walker, right? Okay, I want to make sure I get that because I just got the news recently, so congratulations. Love that smile, by the way. Okay, real quickly. My name is Ron Gibson. I'm with the Professional Trades International Union. We're going to be located in the AAU building on Broadway. And also we have an office on 504 Broadway, Suite 425. But we had a meeting with the governor's people today. It was at Ivy Tech in the multi-purpose room. The governor's Commission on Minority and Women Business Enterprises. They came last year, they came this year. And so I wrote a letter that I want to see if I could get through the whole letter within about a minute and a half. The letter is regarding transparency, accountability, and enforcement of federal, state, county, and municipal laws and ordinances pertaining to the approximately $250 million worth of industrial, commercial, and residential and road construction projects per year in and around East Chicago. Dear Mr. Kirkland, Mr. Tony Kirkland is the chairman of the board of the Governor's Commission. Dear Mr. Kirkland, I am writing you this short letter because our community needs to have enforcement of Executive Order 11246 and all of the East Chicago local hiring ordinances that have never been enforced. If you can, and when I wrote, I had to kind of paraphrase the letter because I was directing it to Gary, so I'm trying to direct it to East Chicago, but in Northwest Indiana, our residents have to be enabled to work on construction projects as apprentices, tradesmen, one-man shop, incubator contractors, and regular contractors on all construction type
type of projects in East Chicago. Having an NDOT, IDOA, and DPE certification is not good enough because the AFL-CIO trade unions control 99.999% of all construction projects in and around East Chicago. They will, okay, I'm not gonna finish then. But basically, what's happening is, we have a residency ordinance that the mayor sponsored years ago. It has never been enforced. We're gonna spend the next 4.5, 5 years to get this residency ordinance enforced, and I will be happy to email anybody a copy of this. But we're gonna be working through the NAACP in East Chicago. We're gonna be canvassing the neighborhoods just like we're campaigning for offices. And I want to encourage all the council people to get on board with this, because it is to your benefit to get it. We're trying to get people out of the streets and on jobs. Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. Appreciate it.
Real quickly, council members, you should have an updated committee list and an updated contact list in your packet. Did everybody receive that?
Yes.
And with that, the chair will now accept the motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Garcia, second by Councilman Medina. Any questions on adjournment? Clerk Santos, roll call for adjournment.
Maldonado.
Yes.
Francisci.
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
Garcia.
Yes.
Horn.
Yes.
Medina.
Yes.
Parks.
Yes. Meeting adjourned.